These are this afternoon's top stories. Police investigating shooting incident in Sandy Point. Policeman on rape and kidnapping charge unable to post bail. And Colombians hope for peace on the new FARC deal. Good afternoon. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, the 15th of November 2016. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Forces Violent Crimes Unit, VCU, and officers of the Sandy Point Police Station are currently investigating a shooting incident in Sandy Point. Investigations revealed that the shooting incident resulted in the death of William Gift, a resident of the alley Sandy Point. Further investigations revealed that the shooting occurred after 5 a.m. Reports also indicate that one person is currently in custody assisting with the investigation. It has been revealed that Gift was charged for the offense of bestiality in 2010. This shooting brings to 29 the number of homicides recorded in 2016. A total of 28 homicides were recorded in the year 2015. Investigations are currently ongoing. The Ministry of International Trade, Industry, Commerce and Consumer Affairs has joined in the celebration of Global Entrepreneurship Week, or GOO, which according to the Ewing Marion Kaufman Foundation is the world's largest celebration of the innovators and job creators who launch startups that bring ideas to life, drive economic growth and expand human welfare. In his address for the November 14th to 19th event, Minister of International Trade, Industry, Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Honorable Lindsey Grant, recognized the host of Global Entrepreneurship Week, SKN, the Caribbean Center of Excellence for Sustainable Livelihoods, and key strategic partners, which will include the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, the UWI Open Campus, the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, and the Junior Achievement.
As partners working together, this week is to highlight entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial activities in St. Kitts and Nevis. Our ministry will continue to work to support entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial activities, which will accelerate economic growth, job creation, and sustainable development in our country.
Created in 2008, Global Entrepreneurship Week expanded to more than 160 countries. Each year, it empowers roughly 25 million people through more than 25,000 activities and is supported by dozens of world leaders and a network of 10,000 partner organizations. The successful establishment and hard work of the Federal Youth Policy Steering Committee has been highlighted by Vernon Connor, Special Advisor to the Minister of Youth and Chairman of the Federal Youth Policy Committee, who noted that the team consists of vivacious and dedicated individuals from varying ministries in St. Kitts and Nevis. He stated that a total of 15 persons sit on the committee, drawn from various departments such as the Police High Command, Social Welfare, Police Force, Child Protection Services, Education, Legal, as well as the National Youth Council, to name a few. Mr. Connors said that before any major decisions were made, the staff, including himself, sat and recommended that a theme be set to guide the youth policy, which is mainstreaming youth in national development. He noted that a committee was of paramount importance as the assistance of others is beneficial to the cause. The establishment of a federal youth policy in St. Kitts and Nevis will open additional doors for young people to have a voice at global forums, which would enhance the country's reputation and ensure that the positions of youth are recorded internationally.
Our program series entitled Untold Story is aimed at augmenting the quality of local television programming.
That person never hurt anybody.
Through well-researched, investigative local stories which captivate and educate our society,
I command you out,
irrespective of gender, age, race, or creed.
He took the flat side of the cutlass and he pounded it a couple of times on my head.
We employ world-class techniques in storytelling and go one step further by championing the cause of the less fortunate, dispossessed, and marginalized. Our documentaries are designed to jolt society's social conscience into action to help change one life at a time.
He won, or she won,
while delivering to advertisers the most well-watched television series, not just in St. Lucia, but in the English-speaking Caribbean.
Who did you cut first?
Produced on a shoestring budget, but receiving accolades from around the world, Untold Stories is placing St. Lucia's film industry on the world stage, one documentary at a time.
has never been told.
Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on ZAZ Television.
And onto the regional scene, a police officer in Antigua accused of kidnapping and raping a 13-year-old girl has been granted bail. He will, however, remain in custody in a prison cell at the police headquarters, where he has been since November 2nd because he could not provide the cash deposit. Here's more.
The officer, whose name is being withheld because he has not been convicted of the crimes under the Sexual Offences Act, was unable to produce the $20,000 cash deposit for the $60,000 bail approved by the High Court. Bail was granted after the prosecution could not provide Justice Keith Tom with evidence that he was a flight risk. The Director of Public Prosecution was represented by Crown Counsel Adlai Smith, who objected to the corporal's application for bail on Friday, saying he was likely to abscond given the seriousness of the allegations. He pointed to the fact that the policeman had left the country soon after a report was made regarding his alleged actions. However, the officer's lawyer, John Fuller, countered that the fact that his client returned to Antigua and Barbuda voluntarily after turning himself into St. Vincent and the Grenadines police disproves any claims he is likely to abscond jurisdiction. Fuller also told the court that the officer had left Antigua to visit his ailing mother before it was too late, noting that 2 medical documents were obtained in St. Vincent showing that his client's condition made him unfit to travel by air or sea for 28 days from October 7th. The lawyer also pointed out that the warrant for his client came 5 days after his departure. Bail conditions include having 2 sureties and surrendering travel documents, and also reporting to the police station every day until the case is finished or the court varies the requirement. Committal date is set for February 22, 2017 before Chief Magistrate Joan Walsh. This is Aisha Caleb reporting for ABS News.
In Guyana, applicants for public house lots are asking for the qualifying age to be reduced from 21 to 18. More in this report.
According to current criteria from the Central Housing and Planning Authority, individuals must be 21 or older in order to apply for housing lots. Yet, independence for many young people comes long before 21. While in Anna Regina Monday, the minister within the Ministry of Communities, Valerie Adams Patterson, held a consultation at the Prime Minister's office in the Region 2 town to discuss lowering the age of eligibility from 21 to 18. Residents supported the idea, citing that at age 18, individuals are often already preparing for a life of their own. Charity secondary teacher Aldrin Shepherd noted that young people should not be disenfranchised due to age.
We all know that there is so much that you can do if you're by yourself, isn't that so? Yes. Right?
One young entrepreneur noted that having a space of your own fosters a spirit of creativity and enterprise.
I'm really happy with this proposal, and I know for sure that tomorrow I'll go and apply for farm.
Region 2 Regional Executive Officer Rupert Hopkinson welcomes the initiative.
If you can get the house lot at age 18, there is so much more you can aspire to. A number of persons have delayed marriages because marriage would mean that they were about to go and live with in-laws. And so this move is especially commendable.
Another resident noted that at the time of her marriage, she had to move in with her in-laws and share a bed with her husband and brother-in-law.
I'm so happy about that. You know why I say this? I say it because as I sit there, I was just smiling. My husband was 18, I was 16, match wedding, and I got married. And when I got home, in my mother-in-law's home, my husband's home, I had to share a bed with his younger brother. The 3 of us, not sharing the bed with the brother-in-law. We 3 stick together. And that was nice. And you find that young people, you know, they have, it would be nice for them to have their own home and at the age of 18.
Patterson noted that with the support of the board and residents like those of Anna Regina, she will soon be able to challenge policy that currently prohibits many young people from having homes of their own.
And onto the international scene, U.S. soldiers and members of the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, could be guilty of war crimes in Afghanistan, according to the International Criminal Court. Here's more.
The United States is not a member of the International Criminal Court, but its citizens could face prosecution if they commit crimes in a country that is a member, such as Afghanistan. The ICC chief prosecutor says US soldiers and members of the CIA may have used what she calls cruel and violent techniques to interrogate detainees between 2003 and 2014. In her report, Fatou Bensouda wrote, members of US armed forces appear to have subjected at least 61 detained persons to torture, cruel treatment, outrages upon personal dignity on the territory of Afghanistan between the 1st of May 2003 and the 31st of December 2014. Analysts say it's a significant decision by the ICC.
This would be the first time, as you point out, that the ICC has set its sights potentially on U.S. personnel. It does look like they're going to be focusing intensively on the activities of the CIA in Afghanistan, primarily in 2003, 2004.
The ICC chief prosecutor also says members of the CIA may have tortured Afghan detainees in secret detention facilities in Poland, Romania and Lithuania. All three countries are members of the ICC. The State Department says it doesn't believe an ICC investigation is warranted or appropriate, but analysts say a full investigation is likely if the court decides the US judicial system will not take action. During the presidential campaign, then-candidate Donald Trump suggested that as president he would change laws that ban waterboarding and other illegal interrogation techniques. So far, all the ICC's trials have dealt with crimes committed in Africa. The ICC says it's now considering a full investigation into allegations against US soldiers and CIA agents. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera.
The government of Colombia and the FARC rebel group have submitted a revised peace agreement to the nation, hoping it will bring a definitive end to more than 50 years of conflict. More in this report.
Neither the Colombian people nor the negotiators gave up when the nation narrowly voted last month to reject the peace agreement signed by the government and FARC rebels. While these people camped in Bogota's main plaza, the peace talks continued in Cuba, trying to heal divisions.
It seems like many points have been cleared up, which for us is excellent news.
There's a peace agreement, but I don't see peace. I don't see peace while people are just reading the agreement and not thinking about the displaced people.
The government spoke to those who voted no, to those who felt the rebels should be punished for their actions, should not be rewarded with seats in the government. Many of those concerns have now been incorporated in the revised agreement.
And so what we have now, I think, is a comprehensive agreement that has addressed most, not all, of the issues that were under dispute in the initial agreement, and there's perhaps one camp that's not going to be happy with the results, and that would probably not be happy with any results.
It's not yet been decided whether the agreement will be put to another referendum or will simply be voted on by the Colombian Congress.
Of course, almost everybody in Colombia wants peace after more than 50 years of conflict. But how to achieve that peace was never going to be easy. Would always require great sacrifice and compromise. It's been a hard grind, but is now tantalizingly within sight.
However, many still have doubts, concerns and fears.
It looks like this agreement cannot be modified, which means the government runs the risk that many in the no camp will not be satisfied and will continue presenting their objections. We could end up with an agreement that doesn't enjoy the backing of the majority of the population.
More than 200,000 people killed, nearly 6 million displaced, thousands kidnapped. Peace for many Colombians, so long a distant memory, is now looking like an attainable dream.
And now for the weather. Current conditions are cloudy. Temperatures today will peak at 81 degrees Fahrenheit with a moderate breeze blowing from the northeast at 13 miles per hour. Weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis predicts partly sunny skies today with a 40% chance of showers. Tonight will be fair to partly cloudy with a 30% chance of shower. Seas are slight to moderate with waves reaching up to 5 feet. Sunset today will be at 5:36 p.m. and the sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:16 a.m. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.